Two teenagers have been arrested and another three are on the run tonight after a violent crime spree across Sydney's west. Armed with baseball bats and a machete, they stormed homes and businesses. Their rampage described by police as cowardly.
Marching in with a machete and baseball bats, three teens terrorise a 62-year-old man. Dragged to the ground, he's punched and kicked, while others searched the brothel for cash.
Their actions are clearly cowardly, undertaken by cowards.
The owner alerted police. They had a similar call 2 hours earlier in Chester Hill. The gang ransacking a home on Judith Street, beating up a 28-year-old man with a bat and stealing 2 phones.
We heard a bit of screaming and yelling. He's like, call the cops, call the cops.
They drove off in a blue Holden hatchback. Then at 9:45, they targeted that Villawood brothel. Patrolling police spotted the teens in Fairfield East around 10:30 p.m, sparking a wild foot pursuit. Police searched backyards with dogs as they jumped fences.
So they would have gone like, boom, straight over. Now I've got to fix this.
A 19-year-old was eventually arrested at a nearby home.
A short time later, police located the blue Holden Barina with 2 people on board.
When police approached the hatchback parked here on Malta Street, they say the driver pulled the machete and swung it at the officers, giving him enough time to get away. The 16-year-old passenger was arrested. Both men were charged. The 19-year-old refused bail.
How do you feel knowing he won't be coming home tonight?
With 3 men still tonight on the run, detectives have a clear message.
Hand yourself in before the police come knocking.
Bill Hogan, 7 News.
Unless you have a divot repair in your... yeah, right.
Christian Inga was arraigned today in New York City on charges of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl after school last week in a shocking daylight attack. Police say the 25-year-old migrant from Ecuador approached 2 teens in the park at knife point. According to the criminal complaint, the suspect tied the boy and girl to one another, gagged them, then raped the girl before fleeing the scene. Police put out the sketch of the suspect and later this video of him riding a bike. Outraged New Yorkers responded.
We waited for him all day.
A community of Good Samaritans recognized the suspect as someone who lived in the neighborhood and waited for him for hours at a grocery store where he was last seen.
I seen him walking into the store and I had to take him out.
The chaotic scene playing out live on the Citizen app.
He tried to fight back though. He tried to run for his life. Like he really tried to run for his life, but he couldn't.
Police say Inga entered the U.S. illegally through Eagle Pass, Texas, back in 2021 with his then 3-year-old son.
He has no prior arrest history in New York City.
Authorities credit good police work and a concerned community with leading to the arrest.
This was an amazing citywide manhunt for this individual. I am thankful that the community responded.
Inga is charged with multiple crimes, including first-degree rape and kidnapping. If convicted, he faces up to 25 years in prison. Lester?
For a long time, South Africa has been synonymous with violent crime, but levels have now reached a 20-year high, from murders to car hijackings. With an election this year, there is little evidence the government has a grip, with many people relying on private security instead of police. Daniel De Simone sent us this report from Johannesburg.
A normal day in a security van carrying cash in South Africa. What happens next looks extraordinary. But it's a constant criminal threat. This is a cash-in-transit robbery. Vans rammed off busy roads. Guards terrorised. Bombs used to access cash. CIT hijackings are one of the violent crimes at crisis levels here. This guard survived a robbery, some don't.
As a human being, I'm scared that, hey, I'm going out. I might not come back, but it's life for everyone in CIT.
From here they dispatch the helicopters, the backup teams, everything.
His boss says more help's needed from government.
Well, it's like a terrorist group. It's been very military organised, well executed, and if you see the way that they plan these robberies, it's very difficult for our teams to stop that.
Although most South Africans can't afford to pay for them, private security officers now outnumber their police counterparts. In the air, each day crisscrossing cities, guarding security vans down below, waiting to respond to hijackings. On the ground, patrolling the streets. We're with an armed intervention team in Johannesburg, and they've just heard a vehicle has been hijacked. They're following a digital tracker in the vehicle, spotting men running from the car's possible location.
Stop them, stop them. Hey, hey, stop, 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 down, 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 down. Where's the car? Where's the car? Where's the car? Which car? Hey, Papa! Hey!
But they weren't the robbers. The chase was back on. Moments later, the vehicle's found.
It's a game of cat and mouse. They normally dump the vehicle at what they call as a cool-off period to see if anyone does respond. But I think now it was literally seconds that we missed these guys.
They call the police to fetch the car.
Field reports just released by the county sheriff's office reveal former deputy Sean Grayson says he feared for his life in the moments before he shot and killed Sonia Massey.
Why would it hurt you? You called us.
In the new report written 3 days after the incident, Grayson claims it was this remark that frightened him.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
He says he interpreted this to mean she was going to kill me. I drew my weapon out and pointed it at Sonia. I gave her loud, clear verbal commands to drop the pot of boiling liquid.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot!
He says as he approached, Sonia stood up from a crouched position, grabbing the pot, raising it above her head, and throwing the boiling substance at me. I was in imminent fear.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Soon after, Grayson shot Massey in the face, killing the 36-year-old.
I'm not taking hot boiling water to the face.
According to the department, he did not activate his body camera until after shooting her, making it more challenging to verify what happened.
Grayson, who has been fired, has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and misconduct charges. Lester?
is 51-year-old Anthony Frazier, a security guard. He has no idea he has just 15 seconds left in the land of the living. He's an unfortunate target. It happened Monday in broad daylight at 387 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, just blocks from I-75. Watch closely as Frazier steps out of his SUV. There's a guy behind him in a black long-sleeve t-shirt, ball cap, and camouflage backpack. Police say without hesitation, Frazier is shot in the head. After gunning him down, the suspect appears to rifle through the victim's belongings. Investigators say this heartless criminal seems unfazed by who may be watching and continues to possibly take whatever he can. Do you recognize this guy? As he walks away, notice the witness who saw it all go down sitting on the curb. He didn't run as the unknown shooter walks by. He appears to acknowledge him. The witness sits there even after the suspect appears to drop a handgun. Then that witness walks by the victim, shaking his head. Before you know it, 3 more people show up, and one appears to possibly search Frazier too. Police want that cold-hearted killer off the street and want to talk to these potential witnesses as well.
And right now, Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest.
Well, the Nepal government has formed a 3-membered committee to investigate the second aviation accident after a helicopter crashed into the hills of Nepal on Wednesday, killing all 5 on board. The committee was formed in an emergency cabinet meeting held on Wednesday, soon after the crash of the Air Dynasty helicopter. The committee will submit its report within 30 days. Wednesday's crash came less than a fortnight after the Soria Airlines crash claimed the lives of 18 people on board on July 24th within the premises of Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu.
Tonight, new surveillance video showing a violent and highly coordinated robbery. 10 men storming 3 jewelry stores in a Northern California shopping center. Police say this is an escalation of the smash-and-grab robberies that have been plaguing the area. The criminals armed with hammers, forcing customers to the ground, ordering staff members to hand over valuables under threat.
A takeover robbery is very different from a standard smash-and-grab or what we've seen recently with retail mall thefts. These individuals actually forced their way into the store, and by saying takeover robbery, they demanded everybody to get on the ground. They forced people who were present, including staff members, to do their will.
Investigators say the group of 10 stole more than $110,000 in valuables from the San Jose shopping center last week as employees ran for cover. Police say the group is still at large. The California Attorney General sounding the alarm after this troubling trend continues to spiral out of control.
The coordinated criminal activity we've seen in retail stores and online through the resale of stolen goods is not shoplifting or petty crime. It is organized. It is serious crime. And it's going to take an organized and a serious strategy to put a stop to it.
Local reports say police officers and security guards have increased patrols at most shopping centers in the San Francisco Bay Area, but crime continues to surge. While the surge of these crimes grab headlines, police say robberies are down, though critics blame the state for what they call a soft-on-crime approach to sentencing criminals that may entice them to commit these acts.
I think the problems with these cases are more evidentiary than laws that are soft on crime. It's just really hard to convict people or to even charge people of crimes when all you have is a video with a bunch of masked people smashing counters. Those are tough cases, and the investigators have to have time to build them backwards and build those cases.
Surveillance video from the Encino location shows the suspects arriving in a dark-colored 4-door vehicle around 3 a.m. yesterday. The 3 hooded and masked thieves approached the door, crowbars in hand. After a few minutes, they force themselves inside and head to a steel safe that was located in the restaurant's office. The suspects are then seen taking off later through the same door. Maria's operations manager, Peggy Gonzalez, tells us it happened just minutes before the Woodland Hills location was broken into. The suspects left that location empty-handed, but broke a glass door and crowbarred the office. Just 15 short minutes after, another call notifying that the Sherman Oaks location had also been broken into. Chain owner Madeline Alfano says her restaurants had recently gone mostly cashless due to the pandemic, so the thieves didn't take much. But the property damage is going to be a huge cost for them. She says she'd prefer to go completely cashless at this point, but believes a motion being considered by the city of LA would force businesses to accept cash.